just heard it. We live?
Are we
Okay,
live?
okay. Let me see.
Like mess around with my damn microphone.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Ayo, it's Saul, and welcome to the stream. I'm excited about today's topic. I have my brother from another mother, Della, and
Your your former
yeah,
your former subtweet this.
me brother,
Go on.
right now. Shush. All right. Yeah, and just want to talk about like specific subjects in regards to entertainment. So today is gaming, and it's not so much of a new take. It's going to be talking about the way that easy mode is being even looked at, and how people want it to be implemented in games. And I figured that a great person to have on would be Della, since we have a really dedicated Dark Souls fan here, and that is one of the games that's kind of being talked about getting an easy mode. Well, just highly demanded by a certain section of gamers just to have a more enjoyable experience. So I want to talk about it and just dive a little bit deeper into that subject and kind of how it fits into how people are just culturally, or at least in modern gaming. So yeah, Della, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I'm feeling it.
You
And I
feeling
should have
it?
went to the gym, but I'll do it tomorrow.
Listen,
did
just
you
enjoy
did you hit the gym?
enjoy the time. No, this whole week I was like lazy. I was
Yeah.
like lazy this whole week. So like
I don't blame
I
you.
know when I go to the gym and do like anything legs, it's gonna be painful. But yeah,
Did you like
that's-
anything in particular for Thanksgiving? What's going on?
I made I made cranberry sauce.
Really? That out of all things? Isn't that in a can? But you made that. You made that.
I made it from scratch, baby.
Oh, you made it from scratch.
Yeah, I
Okay.
bought the ocean spray cranberries, got the orange juice, is like cooking it up.
Gelatin?
That's it.
Is that what
That's
it
it.
is?
It's not very gelatinous as I would
Oh,
like.
gla-
It's very
Oh, all right.
it's like saucy. Not too saucy, but like sauce.
What do you even like? I don't know. Like, I love cranberry, but it's like a puree pudding at that point.
Hey,
It is what it is. All right.
yeah,
All
it's
right,
good.
Del. Well, I wanted to pick your brain a little bit in regards to this. When it comes
Oh.
to the what I'm hearing with people when it comes to like the easy mode, or at least being implemented in the Dark Souls games, I wanted to know what you think about it in regards to it being used as an accessibility issue. Because
Oh, yeah.
from like from issues that I'm seeing, like I watched the video saying every game deserves an easy mode, and they're trying to compare it to people having disabilities and not having the time to complete certain games. So how do you see
Yeah.
it in this sense?
I see it as people with I see it as another case of like it's pretty much with like with anything. People who don't have problems saying, "Oh, well, think about the people with problems." So you have able-bodied people speaking up, not speaking up, but speaking for disabled people. And I can tell you, there's a lot of disabled pro gamers who sit there and go, "Do not speak for me at
Hmm.
all." Like there's one pro gamer called Brody Legs. He's a Street Fighter pro player. He doesn't have hands. And he's a pro Street Fighter player. He literally breathes on his controller. He breathes. He plays the controller with his mouth. He doesn't have like the accessibility controller like that one that Microsoft came up with. He has like a regular Xbox controller like this, and he plays it like this,
Wait, he tonguing the buttons?
dead ass. Swear to God.
So you say tonguing the buttons and then you say dead ass is a great combination.
Bro.
But yeah.
And like he beat low tier God. He beat he's like in the pro circuits of the what's that? I forgot what the pro Street Fighter tournaments are. He's pro in that.
Yeah.
So that's a fighting game.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything for accessibility in fighting games. There's no easy mode than that.
Yeah.
Oh, but
would-
so we won't talk about that because not everybody plays fighting games. But Dark Souls
Mm.
or the Soulsborne series, I guess that's for everybody, right? True.
Mhm.
It's an easy game anybody can pick up. It's an easy game. It's so easy that a person who was blind beat it.
That's nuts. And it's funny, it's mentioned in that video too that I brought up that they said like the fact that someone was disabled and complete the game, but it still deserves like an easy mode.
So
Yeah. Go.
that makes no sense. If someone who is
Doesn't.
disabled and blind can beat the game, what does that say about somebody who has all five senses, all working body parts, and who can't beat the game. What does that say?
Exactly.
What
It
what does
just
that tell you?
it's just weird. I'm sorry. It's not even the whole get good mentality. It's just like you don't want to put that time and effort to be good at it. Just like I would say right now, like I'm not against like easy mode at all in games, but there are some games where it's its identity. For example, with the Souls games, that's its identity. Like that's its bread and butter. And from what I hear, it's not used to exclude players. It's just it's supposed to be from the play style of like, you're overcoming kind of impossible obstacles. Like you're this person and you're fighting a big ass dragon that's like 20 times your size. How are you going to do this? How are you going to get around its attacks that's taking up like fire, the whole arena? How do you dodge at the right time? And, it's just about when you go and you beat these bosses, when you beat these levels, you feel that strong sense of accomplishment. So that's what they meant for the player. But to try and, a large group of people trying to say they should deserve like an easy mode would mess up the experience that they were trying to convey in the first place.
So when Miyazaki from Firm Software, that's the main guy who created the Soul series.
Yeah.
When he created the game, he said he felt that Western video games are hold your hand. They're very hand holding, and they give you all the direction. They just walk you through, and there's no real challenge in it. And he didn't like that. Now, his first game wasn't Demon Souls. It was another game. It was like an old PC game that you were just lost in a maze and were fighting enemies, and like it was unforgiven. So he came out with Demon Souls. Demon Souls is from PlayStation 2 era.
Mhm.
Demon Souls. That's the first game. And when that game was talking about, everybody was saying this game is hard. This is the hardest game I ever played. Mind you, before that, Devil May Cry 3. You guys remember Devil May Cry 3? When that came out, its easy mode was hard as shit. Devil May Cry 3, I swear to you, look it up. The original Devil May Cry 3 that came out on PlayStation 2.
Devil May Cry
The
3, like when it was
Yeah.
like the prequel, not 2. It
Yes,
was 3.
Devil
Okay.
May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
Yeah.
It's the developer said we are sorry for that. That the easy mode was so hard. Again,
Damn.
this is the easy mode was hard. So now fast forward, we have Dark Demon Souls. Demon Souls, hard game. It hit the Western market and people loved it. People like it created a cult classic. It became cult classic, and then he came out with Dark Souls. When Dark Souls came out, everybody was talking about it's hard, it's hard. It was so hard that like if you beat the very first, I think if you beat the very first enemy, the boss you encounter, without dying, the game automatically switches to a harder mode for you.
Wow. Really?
Yes. If you play, if you play,
You look
play-
excited even saying it.
if you play Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice,
Mhm.
there is a bell. There's a bell. Now, Sekiro is a Souls game. Within the game, there's a bell that if you ring it, the game gets harder.
Is it just one bell?
It's
Or is
one
there
bell.
multiple?
It's a hidden bell. You find it. Once you ring it, the game is on beast mode.
Yeah.
So this whole thing, why would they put that mechanic in there if the game is too hard? Why would they give people more of that challenge? Because the game is not really that hard. The game is very basic. They run these games on modes where like the player just can't have armor. And this whole get good, it comes from Dark Souls is a toxic mentality. Dark Souls, when Get Good came out, it was from the PvP people. Somebody would join your game, they would invade your game, and you knew if a person who joined your game had no armor on and a giant freaking cloth in their head, that kid was one shotting you.
Wait, why? Wait, why?
Because that
it was
means
super high level?
they was not super high level. It was just that they had a skill. There was just a certain skill that they had. There's just like you always saw it. The guy was like super scrawny, no shirt, no armor on, no clothes. He had a cloth in his head. He had a tiny shield, which was a parrying shield, and a sword. And for some reason, the Souls community made this thing up. Like if you join somebody's game, you both gesture. So you would gesture to me, I would gesture to you, and that was saying we're gonna have an honest fight, no healing, no one heals. So we get a shaken. The minute a minute you attack that person with that tiny shield, it was an instant parry, one shot, you're dead. They will bow and they tell you get good and leave. Dog.
I didn't know that. First of all, we have Leon in the chat. He said Dylan needs an easy mode for Mario Party. So I
Oh
want to
my
throw
god,
that out
here we go. Here we go. Fuck Leon. Fuck that guy.
No, so
But
all right, like I said, I don't think it's bad that there is an easy mode, but it seems like with the Souls community that that's purposely in there. It's just the style of the game. Why do you think out of nowhere, because it's been out for a while, why do you think out of nowhere that there's kind of like a demand from a subsection of gamers that there should
it's
be
not
an
a
easy mode?
it's not a subsection of gamers. It's all these new streamers coming up who want to follow the hype wagon. So
Huh.
streamers, what happens is this: speaking from experience with a streamer, you play your typical game, and a new game comes out. When the new game comes out, it's the top thing. It's the top thing in Twitch browser. So you want to be a part of that. So the talk only started happening when Sekiro Shadows Die Twice happened. And
Hmm.
I even remember when Vanessa was playing it, she got stuck on a mini boss.
Oh, yeah, and I fought that one.
That ogre was a mini boss.
Yeah.
She wasn't the only one. There was a lot of people, and they got upset because they were like, damn, this game needs an easy mode. Then the journalists started playing it. Journalists, game journalists.
Yeah. They get a lot of shit because there's always a stigma where it's just like, oh, that don't worry, this is on journalist mode, game journalist mode. And they put it before easy because they do complain a lot when it comes to like reviews of games, and they
So,
want to
like,
play it on the easiest shit to go through it to review the game. But it's pretty funny.
at the end of the day, the Souls series has a dedicated fan base, and it just portrays, like you said, a challenge. You want to feel good about something. I remember playing Neo. This is like a Souls type game. I mean, this is made by Ninja Theory.
Oh, it's like
And
Japanese, right? It's
yes,
like you
it's
play. Yeah. Okay.
so I remember playing that game. I played it like 2 days before it came out because I always had early copies of video games. Don't ask why. But I was playing on a stream and everybody's in the channel with me, and I'm at the first boss. I'm dying. I'm dying like crazy. And everybody's in the chat like, yo, try this. Yo, try this. Try this. So we're like the chat is going crazy. You got people saying, yeah, you get good. Don't worry, you got it. Get good, get good. Like, it's going off. When I finally beat the boss, the energy that erupted from the chat and me was amazing. And that
Mm.
feeling is crazy. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it because the thing is, don't people want to experience that? Like, to be frustrated and be like, oh man, I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. Then you got chat like, yo, you got this. Try this. Yo, what if you do this? Everybody's talking. Everybody's giving you strategy. Yo, go back. Maybe you fight a little bit more, get stronger, put into this. Once you do that and you figure out like, oh, let me okay, I remember his moves now. I died to him like 20 times. I know his pattern now.
Hmm.
Once you beat him, you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I need to not go in just slashing. That's the
Hmm.
problem with a lot of people do. You get a hack and slash game, and what do? You hack
It's
and slash.
mindless. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
mindless. You just
So
kind of like how God of War was. Like I love God of War. Like the original ones were basically hack and slash. Like they were puzzles, but it was for the most part hack and slash, which is why I love the newest one so far. But it's just but yeah, I mean it's kind of like what you said though, because then you say the creator was saying that Western games is kind of like just hand holding. And I
yeah,
seen someone, so I seen someone that was reviewing Red Dead Redemption 2, and as awesome as the game was, it was literally telling you almost every single thing, but it was up to the point to tell you how to do certain missions. Where in GTA games, you did a mission, but you did it how you wanted to. And this ones, at least in Red Dead Redemption, they guided you throughout like the entire time how to do certain things. So you kind of explained it right there. Do you think that's more of just kind of like how modern gaming is, or just like with the younger demographic that's coming up in gaming?
I think it's just a younger demographic because they don't want to do anything and they're listening to these checkmark
Streamers?
people or streamers who have a high following who can't beat the game or who beat the game with these crazy mods. Like, for example, there's a guy who beat Dark Souls 3, no hits. He did a no hit run of Dark Souls 3, and he beat the game with one button, Morse code. Then at the end of it,
What? Yo, that's so extra, dude.
exactly.
That's
You had somebody-
crazy.
You had somebody who beat Dark Souls 3 with a Guitar Hero controller. You had somebody who beat it with a DDR controller. Yes, DDR. Remember DDR?
He was stepping. He was
Yes.
stepping.
Yes.
Yo,
You had
so your boy was
people-
crumping and playing Dark Souls at the
Exactly.
same time.
But listen, these streamers beat the game using those type of controllers, right?
Yeah.
And you know what they say? The game needs the easy mode. You just beat the game with a fucking DDR controller. You talking about easy mode? Like, are you serious?
That's just
And
said, don't
so-
forget that guy that plays with his feet.
So you have this, they say that, and today's society is very brain, like, I'm not going to say the word. I can't say BD. I got to say smooth brain. So
can't
they
say
listen
brain
to these
dead?
people. Oh, I'm going to say it because it's
I,
offensive.
said, I didn't
can't
know that
say-
was a thing. You can't say brain
a-
dead? Is
I don't
that
think
is
you
that
say
like
brain
an
dead
offensive
anymore.
term?
We keep saying it now, brain dead, but you know.
Is it bad?
think so.
I don't I don't get it. Oh
But at the
man,
end
no,
of the
that's
day,
weird.
These people say it. Then you have this so it's acceptable people like, oh yeah, it needs the easy mode because I can't play because I don't have time to put into learning the mechanics and everything and all this stuff. Is like, so don't play that game.
Yeah. I was actually just gonna bring that up because one of the reasons why I hurt people, because I used the same reason, because I was on the opposite side of you where I was like, oh, just give the game an easy mode because I want to appreciate the story and blah blah blah. To me, I found out in a short story, it was bullshit. I'm completely on Della's side when it comes to this. Is that there are some games where it's like, yeah, you can play to get to know a story and to relax, but there are some games where that's not the case. Like if you want to sit and relax and play a game, you're not playing like Halo or Call of Duty. I mean, you can, but you're gonna get. I'll say in your case, playing League. You're not gonna play League and be happy. you're gonna be pissed. Like you're not looking to be.
No one plays League of Legends
and
happy.
relaxing. Same thing with Call of Duty. Same thing with Halo. Like to me, if I'm sitting to play a game to relax, to listen to its story, it's like God of War. It's like The Last of Us. It's games
No,
where
it's like
very in
Stardew
tune.
Valley. Go play Stardew Valley. Like,
Yeah,
if
but
you want-
like I'm saying, like it's like more RPG where it's legit story. I know there's story in the Souls games. Like I
Yes.
looked up a video where it was hours of the lore, but it's not a game where you want to play to like, yeah, I just want to sit, relax in my
Here's the
snuggie,
thing.
and just like
Here's a
play
Soul-
this.
Here's a Souls game story. You're Hollow. Okay. You want the
Mhm.
rest of the story? The story is hidden within items, sides characters hidden around the world. You have to play
Yeah.
your Souls games like 6 times before you get the full story. 6 times.
God damn.
And still, the full story, it's all about the fire, the first flame. Like, I don't even know the whole story. Bloodborne, I beat that game 3 times. I 100% of Bloodborne.
God
100% the game.
damn. I only played like 40 minutes of it, and then when I died falling off a cliff, I was like, yo, fuck this. No, first of all, I replayed it like 3 times and I did
How'd you
perfect.
fall off a cliff?
No, this shit pissed me off. I was walking down some like alleyway. I beat whatever like people that was in my way, and I just fell. It showed a hallway, and I fell, and I was like, what? And it took me back 40 minutes of gameplay. I was like, no, I'm not playing that. I was like, I'm not. I got pissed. I was like, no, it wasn't difficult. I was trolled. I was legit trolled. There was definitely an alleyway. I walked down. It didn't show a bottom. And then I tripped and I died, and it brought me all the way to the beginning. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, I'm not doing
So-
that anymore.
So again, with the Bloodborne story, or in the items, or in the multiple times you play it, and at the end of the day, it's about becoming a squid. What the hell?
Wait, what? Becoming a squid?
Yeah,
In the-
did you
in
beat
the- No, I didn't beat it. I just told you I gave up after falling out of death. I did that shit 3 times, dude. and I finally went 40 minutes into it. I'm just like, oh, fuck this. Like, but you wait to
But-
become a squid? Like a
It's
dreamy
a-
squid or something?
it's a whole other thing.
All
It's
right,
higher
yeah, don't
beast.
even get into that.
But at the end of the day,
yeah.
when people say they want to enjoy the story and shit, put it this: I'm a fan. There's other fans I'm sure in the chat right now. They can tell you those motherfuckers don't even know the full story. So what are you talking about? Miyazaki, the man who made it, doesn't even know the whole fucking story. So what are you talking? You want to come and enjoy the game and story? You want to get on the bandwagon and try it. And I'm not against that. I'm against when you come in to my realm and you want to change it. It's
Yeah.
like you come into my home and saying, "Well, you need to change this, this, and this." No, you are a guest. I welcome guests, but don't come in here and we want things to be different. I met somebody on Twitter this girl, she's never played a Souls game. She was terrified of Souls game. She played it. She's an addict now. She's 100% addict. But this whole thing with people saying accessibility, think about people who have handicaps and stuff. No, you're trying to use that because you suck at the game. You don't want to put time and effort. And there's something called a skill gap. Look at Destiny. There's raids in Destiny, certain
Yeah.
raids. You do the raid where you get it's high risk, big reward, right?
Mhm.
That's
You
life.
and you being raised for hours. I was in a raid for like 6 hours one time.
That's life. That is life in general. It's life. If you suck at life, you're not gonna get anywhere far. You're gonna be stuck.
Mhm.
But if you sit there and go, you know what? I'm gonna take risks. I'm gonna take chances. I'm gonna get you go far.
Mhm.
And that's what the Souls game teaches you. It's like, yo, it's not gonna be easy to get to beat this boss, but at the end of the day, you're gonna feel fucking great. I don't care if it took you 100 tries. At the end of the day, it took me 20 tries to beat one boss. I'm still gonna say first time, baby. And I'm the god. This
So,
whole thing
like,
with this
yeah.
I'm sorry, but the whole thing holding behind accessibility, you have handicapped gamers beating the game. People who who are deaf, blind, um, lack motor skills with their hands, they're beating the game. If they could beat the game, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
What is it? That's
Oh,
on
your
you.
time. Your time.
Oh,
not
your
to do it.
time. There's people that play Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley, you gotta have relationships. You gotta remember when things grow at night. You gotta visit people at certain times. You have time for that, but you don't have time to learn a mechanic that's in the game that tells you strength, dexterity does this, intelligence does this, reflexes does this. Like the game tells you everything, and there's certain weapons that scale with certain skills.
Yeah.
If you don't have time, there's the internet. We live in the digital age. You can easily go on Google and look up. There's a whole page dedicated to all Souls games.
Yeah. No,
Tells you what you want to build.
I was looking at all that. Yeah. But the fact that you're playing, I mean, if you're playing a game in general, I'm not dogging anyone because I love video games, but you do have time to do it. So if you're dedicating that time to play a specific game and you do want to get good at it, you'll take that time to look into it and then play the game. And I kind of wanted to bring that into just like now with the younger generation too, where it's kind of like where mediocrity is like the new bar, where it's just like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. Everything should be set on your level. And it's okay. It's okay to kind of suck. Like the things should be easier for you. And no lie, that is more within our society now. Also, this is hilarious, but I have to say it because Leon's hilarious. You say confirm Della hates cripples. But yeah, like no, it's true though. I have to say where people kind of are used to getting those participation trophies. It's true. You can, and those are to me the same people who are asking for these types of things. Now, I've heard from certain friends where it's like, okay, well, I have a family member that plays this game, but it's very difficult for them, and they don't have the time to do this, and like I can sympathize to that fact. But if they are taking the time to play that game and they really do admire the way that it looks and they want to get involved in the community, then you'll play the game until you figure out how to maneuver around it and do well. And in other words, get good. It's not saying like, hey, if you suck, you suck. Like me, I'm sorry, like I'm finally getting back better into Halo, but you got to play against these people who are really nice in order to kind of get that skill back. Got my ass whooped in Halo 3 so bad, I eventually became a beast at it. So that's just how it is. But I know that people are just trying to talk about like when it comes to like wanting to sit down and relax and play a game. And that's all fine and good, but I don't believe every single game is like that. It's just not. Like you play certain games, you kind of want to sit down and chill. And then you play other games where it's going to be intense. Like I don't think of the Souls games as like I said, sitting by the fireplace, fucking drinking some like tea or some shit, and then like, yeah, I'm ready to get pissed off for 6 hours. It's just like, it's not like that.
I don't understand this. When I was growing up, look, I come from the age of Nintendo. I come from the 2 button age. Fast forward, we didn't really have much easy mode. You play Mega Man. Was there easy mode in Mega Man? Look at the
I don't
Lion
know.
King for Super Nintendo. No easy mode.
Oh, I
Aladdin.
remember that.
No easy mode. What did it
Crash
do?
Bandicoot,
Crash Bandicoot, no easy mode. All these
bro.
platformer games, no
Yep.
easy mode. But what you have to do? Remember
Mhm.
time and memory. Dark Souls, timing and memory.
It's the
Okay,
main thing.
he has 2 phases. Some bosses have 3. Some bosses have 4. Dark Souls 3, there's a boss that has 4 phases.
Fuck that. I will try it again. I kind of do, just because it's one of those things that pissed me off. It's like, you know what? I think I want to get into it. Maybe even like stream it. That'd be cool. But yeah, it is weird. And I do relate to you when I say it's kind of more of a younger generation thing, where I think you see a lot of monetization like with games, and people or developers say they implement these things to kind of like, oh, it's people who don't have enough time for this stuff. So you can unlock these things by transactions. But I think it's when you see a lot of those things, that's why it's kind of coming up, that it's what gamers kind of be like, hey, this is too hard. Is there anything that I can do to circumvent this or whatnot? And I think that's just the case that we're seeing. Was there like another like old school game that to you was like really hard, that, let's just say, gave you the same feeling as Dark Souls did?
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh my god! All right, that's a great
Ninja
a great
Gaiden on the
example.
Xbox. That was just that
Was it
game
Ninja
just
Gaiden
beat-
Black?
Black was the harder one.
Yeah. Was it? Oh, that
Yeah.
was just a regular one.
Regular Ninja Gaiden Xbox.
The Xbox. Yeah, that's
Xbox,
crazy.
not 360. Ninja Gaiden. This is Ninja
Yeah.
Gaiden.
Yeah,
Go. Just
that's
go.
crazy.
This is Dark Souls. Go.
That
Make
dude
sure
with the
you read.
nunchucks whooped my ass.
Make
That's
sure
the
you
first
read, though.
boss.
That's
Yeah.
the first boss.
You ever played Shinobi
Shinobi.
on
Another
PS2?
game.
Yeah,
Yes.
where your sword was draining your health as you were fighting enemies. I tell you, nothing got me more upset playing that game. And the thing that would upset me more is that where I had a save where my life was at a specific where it was at a specific amount, and I was stuck there. And mind you, this is like memory cards where where I didn't have multiple saves. Like, I wrote labels on my memory cards. I don't know if people remember that. There was memory cards.
Yeah.
And there was one time I was stuck. I had to leave Shinobi alone because I was stuck at a boss fight where my health was left at a sliver, and your sword still takes your health because it's a cursed sword. But that shit drove me nuts. And the same thing with, like, I think Prince of Persia. I left it for like 3 months, and then I came back and
Which
finally
one, though?
beat it. It was The Warrior Within, because I was
that's the one with
lost.
Warrior Within. Which one was the one with the evil one of you? The evil version?
That was the third one, the Dark
Yeah.
Prince, I think.
So speaking of this topic, I'm getting back. I'm gonna circle back to these influencers, these streamers. I saw
Alright, yeah.
something with this woman said, she said video games should give you the option to fight bosses. So like if it's a boss fight, you have the option to fight or not.
Mhm.
So in my head, I was like, you want people to pay $60 to $70 for a fucking game, learn all this stuff in tutorial, get all these weapons, get to the first boss and go, do you want to
Oh.
fight me? Yes or no? No. Go around. Okay. Spend more time leveling up, get strong. Second boss. Do you want to fight me? Yes or no? No. Okay. Let's say the game has 6 bosses. You say no to all the bosses. And that's the game. I just paid $60 for 5 hours of work
That just makes no damn
and
sense.
put all that skill. And then you guess what? You have other people going, yeah, that's right. You know, as a kid, I got stuck in a lot of bosses. And who didn't get stuck in bosses?
That's
Mega
the
Man
point of
1.
a boss fight.
Mega Man 1, when you get to Dr. Wily's fucking castle, the first sub boss is hard as shit. Like, are you
Yeah.
serious? Like, who doesn't get stuck in bosses? It doesn't matter. But I'm not gonna put in $60 into a game, get all these skills and stuff, and then go, Mr. Bossman, I don't want to fight you. I'm gonna go right past you.
Yeah, and then you beat the game in like 5 hours. It's just like, okay, so you paid 60, 70 bucks for like 5 hours, depending on
And
like the system that you
And I
bought it.
guarantee you, be in her status as a video game reviewer, she's not paying for the fucking games. She's
Yeah.
getting it for free.
So you don't want a
And-
boss battle. I've never heard that take before.
So
That is just odd.
There's a reason things are had there are certain skill gaps. Play the Souls games. There's like, if you think about it, there's like 5 real bosses you have to fight in Dark Souls. 5.
But so it's mostly consisting of like mini bosses, because I thought there was a lot of bosses.
There's 5 main bosses to
Okay, but then
progress
there's
through the game. You have to
just
fight.
sub like
But there's
bosses.
like 20 other fucking sub bosses you can
Oh,
fight.
okay, all right.
And the
all right.
reason you fight them is to get better weapons and more the story.
Mm.
Dark Souls 3, the Nameless King, one of the hardest boss fights. To get to him, you got to go through this whole fucking eluded place to get to his area. Hardest boss fight. A guy who's blind beat him.
The Nameless King, you said?
The Nameless King, Dark Souls 3.
I'll look that
So
up.
this whole thing, like this whole thing, like these journalists and all these people who are influenced, who don't even pay for games, are pushing this ideology on the people. Mind you, they don't pay for games.
Yeah, I know.
They're
It's
not
so
paying for
weird.
games. All they do is write a fucking email to the developer and say, I want to review a game. I have X amount of subscribers and all this stuff. I would love a copy of the game. They get a free copy. Thank you for the free copy of the game. Then they bitch about how the game is hard and needs easy mode. You didn't pay for the fucking game. You got
Wait,
it
so
for free.
you're saying like more of like the mentality of there being like in just like an easy mode. You think that was pushed more by streamers for sure?
Yes.
You blaming Twitch?
Streamers, I'm blaming streamers and fucking game journalists, these new game
journalists. I
journalists.
was about to say game journalists are a huge part of that
If,
for sure.
if you don't play Souls games, I'm not going to review a Souls game. I don't fucking play Stardew Valley. So if they make a Stardew Valley 4 and I'm a reviewer, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to sign up for that task. Like I don't want to do it. It's boring. You know what game I played to relax when I was younger? And that's
What?
360. Viva Pinata.
Oh shit!
Mind you,
Damn,
but
that's
that
a
game-
Dave job. I forgot about that.
But here's the thing: that game is still stressful because you know why? There's a guy who will come by and pop your pinatas. I swear to God, you had to get pinatas to mate with each other. You had to get pinatas that like each other. You had to build. Bro, that game is still a lot of stuff. Dude, the guy would sneak onto your farm and he'll hit them and kill them. Could you
All right,
imagine?
that turned dark. I forgot that
Bro,
part was even in Viva Pinata.
Imagine you grinding hours, days, setting this all up, and you get the one rare pinata you wanted. You get it. It's only one. And a fucking guy in a red fucking hat pops him. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
true.
sick of this shit.
No.
It's
And yeah, no, and I seen it like in the chat that people saying like they prefer like kind of like just like single games. As I blame Nintendo as well. I think they push the no hard games. Everyone should have a chance of having fun.
Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo also pushes. You see this game I released 5 years ago on this console? You got to pay again, same full price. Go look up the price of fucking Super Mario Galaxy that came out for the Switch. All the Switch games are still $50 fucking. Why?
And they lessened the difficulties on like the Mario games, which I always thought had like a good amount of it, but I heard that because they have like a younger demographic that they probably put it down a bit.
Yeah,
Like,
but the
when it
younger
comes to
demographic is
difficulty.
not the one really playing it. The younger demographic are playing fucking Fortnite.
That's true.
So
That's
what do
true.
you like? Come on, it's like, I think there's like now with the achievements. I know achievements made like playing games in harder modes the thing. Don't get me wrong. If you want to get into certain games, go for it. But don't get into the game and then want to change it for people. That's a system that hasn't been broke for years because you want to cry that you can't beat it. That's on you. Not every game is made for everybody. I'm gonna say this again, and I don't care who cancels me. Not fucking every game is made for everybody. Not everybody plays first-person shooters. Not everybody plays fucking racing games. Not everybody plays MOBAs, freaking sports games. Not every game is meant for everybody.
Yeah.
Gaming is for everybody, yes, but there's certain genres of game that's not made for everybody. If you do not have the time and stuff to put into a game, it's not made for you.
Yeah.
Go play a game that is made for you.
But that's just
It may
also
not be
common
that game.
sense too. Like, and
But
not
no,
not every game is going to be made for you, and for you to even be like, well, there needs to be easy mode so I can navigate this better. That's just like, bruh, like where you coming from? And you know what I also noticed when you brought up achievements? That's actually a great point because I remember being on Xbox and people's gamer score and like achievements was the shit. It was just like
Yeah.
at least I remember that's how we were comparing as boys, like with people that I play with Halo. It's just like, oh yeah, your gamer score, and people actually looked up to achievements. I know that people look up to achievements and like trophies now in PlayStation, but it's not to the extent that I noticed that when we were playing. like
It's
to
not.
to get like an achievement, like, hey, I want to play veteran in COD, so I can get this, so I can get that, and it showed like on your gamer score. I noticed as like when I at least like playing now, like that's not anything that anyone even cares about anymore. Like
It's
that's
not.
that sense of achievement. It's just that's just somehow been gone now. And like, you would think that would kind of contribute to why people wouldn't be complaining in the first place when it comes to like a hard mode. It's like, no, I want that achievement. Like, hey, I want to play Call of Duty on veteran. I remember I was doing like, was it the Mile High Club in
Yeah,
Call of
on
Duty Modern
veteran,
Warfare?
that's like the highest achievement.
That's the hardest achievement. I was just like, and I died 20,000 times or whatever. And it's just like, all right, well, I need to make sure I throw these flashbangs in this specific spot, make sure these guys are blind, run in, shoot the guys on the right, shoot the guys on the, it's just like you needed a system to do it. Or you would try to get the fastest time when you did what is it? Like when you not like the boot camp, but when you did that obstacle course
Yeah,
and you wanted to make sure you got like the veteran thing just to show that you were that good. And I feel like that sense of kind of like pride or achievement is kind of like gone, or just like loosen up, or just yeah, it's just loosened up a bit now, where it's
listen,
people aren't even thriving for that now.
League of Legends has started to change a lot of things in the game to to kind of like incite people to entice people. I'm sorry, entice people to try different roles. Like the jungle role is a skill based role. They made it where it's not anymore. So
Is it
e-
monetized?
not monetized, but like let's say you're clearing jungle camps faster. Like we have there's two sides. Like there's two sides. If I kill my camp faster and kill my creeps and get a kill faster, I level up quicker, right?
Mm.
Wrong. Now it's just like you level everybody like level up. So I could be 20 kills up, and you just all you could do is sit there and farm all day. You're still gonna get to my level. They're making little changes in the game to welcome new players because a lot of people say, well, the league community is very toxic and all this stuff and blah blah blah, da 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 da. But it's a skill-based game. Everything you do in that game takes skill. There's a ranking system. If you're in bronze, if you're an iron, bronze, gold, silver rank, you're pretty much a new player and you're not up there. Once you get the plat and diamond, it's the same toxicity, just at a higher level. When you get the plat, I mean the diamond level, if the mid laner has 3 kills in the first 5 minutes, they're like the game is over
Mm.
because he's just going to snowball.
In games like that, do they have like from what I remember at least with multiplayer games, is there like a pre-game lobby where everyone kind of sits, chills before the game starts?
Yes, and it's just champ select, but it's just your team.
It's
And
just your
then
team, so you're not
it's-
like you're not talking to the other team.
no.
Oh,
And then it got to the point now that League of Legends is taking away. It's all chat, right? Mind you, League of Legends, there's no voice chat.
at all?
There- there's a voice chat for people who are squad up. Like so, if me, you, and some other people joined up, there's a voice chat for us. That's
Hmm.
it. There's not like a all comms. You know how the all chat works?
Yeah.
It's typing. It's all typing. They're disabling that because you know why? Because you have toxic players like myself who would,
Yeah,
who would
I can only
who would
imagine
type
that.
who would type in your trash, jungle diff, support diff, and trash talk to people.
Yeah.
So they're taking that out because you know why? Valorant. Because you have the toxic people in Valorant. That's the toxic Valorant is
Why do you
all
why do you
voice
think
chat.
that? Because what I noticed, at least because I'm playing Halo now, and what I remember, especially with the Halo and Call of Duty days, is like more like the pre-game lobby. That's when it's just like before stuff starts, you're gonna hear some guy be like,
Yes.
"Yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass, watch boy," and everything.
Dude,
It's just like people are
everybody has
talking
sex
junk.
with my
Why do you
mom.
think? Why do you think that? Like, it's just trash talking. Like it happens when you're in competitive anything, when it's in sports and
Yes.
whatnot. I know there's some
Yes.
people who are over the top, and like it's just trash talk. And, I know some people don't like it. Like, recently, like LeBron James, that wanted a couple to get out because they were talking shit, and he kind of looked like a punk for doing that. But yeah,
Look
anyways,
at that. Look at that. That's where we are right now. That's where you are.
yeah.
We're speaking sports players are like
Where it's just like they're talking junk. I need them to
they're
go.
talking
So
junk. They
it's
gotta
just
go.
that's a that's a perfect example. It's weird. It's just like, bro, like it's just trash talk. And I know that that's being eliminated. People like they don't want toxicity and they want to be safe space for everyone. But it's It's just talking junk. You don't see us as a way. I mean, I know we are the way we are, and you're still toxic with your gaming, but it's just like we're not like horrible people. Like we've been in those lobbies. I've heard some crazy shit at a young age, but I'm not messed up in the head. I know everyone's different, but it's just we were callous to that when we were younger, like being in those lobbies. I'm not saying throw your 13-year-old in there so he can be called the N-word 20 times and saying that his mom's a hoe, but it's just like you to just shield them from everything is literally not going to do it. It's going to happen regardless. Kind of think it sucks even more for a little kid, but when it comes to gaming, I do notice that it's less interaction though, where I mean there's more of it, but let's just say like in the call, like in Halo Down Plane, I remember a pregame lobby where you're talking to people and it's just like, all right, we're about to go at it and everything, and there's sometimes it'll be wholesome, which was very rare, or sometimes
Yeah.
it wasn't. And if you didn't want to hear it, guess what? You can mute people.
Exactly.
Like that's what it is. Is this guy cracking on you a lot? Guess what? Mute him.
It's the same thing like with Valorant. Put it like this: any first-person shooter game in the ranks where it's comms, there's going to be toxicity. It's going to be toxicity. It's a system that we cannot change because you know why? A lot of times we're toxic to each other and other players to get in their head. In League, if I am destroying the jungle, I'm gonna talk in our chat like you a dog. You're dog. You're trash. Get out of here. Oh, you're camping. Look at you camping. You camp your mid lane all game, and look, you lost the game because you're dog shit. And you know what that is? That's gonna mess with their psyche.
Is that what you do? You mess with people's minds out here?
But at the same time, you do it to your team too. Like if I'm playing support and ADC, if my ADC is dog, I'm like, yo, you suck. And what's gonna happen? It's gonna happen. He's gonna fuck up his mental state, and he's not gonna want to play. If you're roasting me, I'm the jungler, and people roasting me, I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to play. I'm gonna play. Oh, I'm pinging for help, and you guys not rotating. Guess what? We're not getting no dragons objective because you guys don't want to rotate. It's on y'all. I could be toxic just like you guys too. Halo lobbies, guys calling me trash because I got killed. You're 5-21. Who's trash? You calling me trash? You serious? You're 5-21. Don't talk. I tell people in League, if you're 5-6, I'm not 5-6, like at least 2-6.
I was about to say 5 and 6, bro. That's one.
if you're 2-6 and you're telling me I'm trash, I'm gonna look at you. I'm like, you're talking to me. I'm plat 4. You are bronze.
I've heard you play. I've heard you play, and you're just mad violent. You're mad violent.
Like,
oh man.
But that's how it is. It's just it's trash talking the psychological. Now today, like Valorant, some of the shit some guys do are uncalled for. Here's the thing.
Like what?
This guy's that if they hear a girl in the lobby, they're like, oh, girl, oh, she's just a streamer, she's a booby streamer, she's a streamer, she's gonna ruin the game for me, and blah blah blah, and such, and they just start just trash talking the girl because she's a girl. Like my guy, she's probably way better than all of us. She's probably way better than you, and she's gonna top frag. Yeah. Now, if she's bottom fragging, I mean she's losing, like she's like food for the other team. I'm not going to trash talk you because you're a girl. I'm going to trash talk you because you're garbage. I don't discriminate. If you're garbage, you're garbage. And if you're a girl and you're saying you should be nicer to me, no, you're garbage. If you're a guy, you're garbage. I don't discriminate.
Well, I would definitely say like it's more not even subjective. Like me, whenever like it's rare that I'm even talking like shit or junk to the other team. The only time is when some ish happens and I just get mad at myself. Or like you've heard it in like old streams with Vanessa, where she would be on Twitch and be like, motherfucker. And it's just even now, like I find myself doing that a lot with Halo, just because it brings me back to those days where it's just like, all right, your boy's shield is gone. Why did he survive a grenade to the face? I don't get that. So, but the thing is, like with games now, it's just we've always had that ability to mute. Or if it really got to you, leave the game. I understand when people are like, oh, well, it shouldn't be like that. But the fact that you can mute, just like how we say like on Twitter, if someone says something that you don't like, guess what? You can leave. Or you can block them. Or you can just not pay attention to it. And you can see that just kind of crossing into gaming too, though. It's less interaction when it comes to people. And I've always noticed that more. The last game where I kind of talked to people more was Ghost of Tsushima, which was odd. When it had multiplayer, and you had to like
Yeah.
play with people, and it was fun. I love the multiplayer. It was great, but I just noticed now with more games, it's just like, yeah, like, there is less interaction. And we've been having that ability since back then when we were playing Halo 3, even like Halo 2 and Modern Warfare. You can always block people. You can always, you can always just
Mute.
mute them. It just wasn't that hard. But like we said, it's like there's no like easy mode in life. And I feel like that's the case when it comes even like in this society where it's just no one, it's just like you shouldn't be exposed to this at all. But the fact that people, when you try to like hide so many things from like kids and whatnot, you're just not callousing them. So that's why you're getting these really kind of entitled, sensitive people that complain about things such as putting a hard mode in a video game. If you're literally writing a game article and you're talking about that, that says something about you. And it says something about you not being callous to actually playing real video games. I can't call you a video game journalist if you're literally asking for like an easy mode on games. That's to me is just odd. And it's just, I know it's just video games, but it's just a life lesson in general. You can't beat something, you just keep playing till you beat it. I've never heard of someone like I've never, when I was little, emailed like Bungie or some shit like, "Hey, I keep getting my ass whooped in multiplayer." Okay. Like that wasn't the thing to me. It's just like I'd never gone to that point where I felt so entitled to reach out to developers or to even like you can like, yeah, freedom of speech. You can write an article about it if you want to just say like, hey, this is my experience at a game. But to go as far as to say like, hey, this level should be lowered down just specifically for me, or there's probably people like me that are having trouble. I'll come at that point where it's like, get good. Like, I'm sorry if you can't. It's just like in life. Is this shit hard? Do you go
Or
at your
listen,
job and you can't do something at your job? Do you go up to your boss and say like, "Oh, it's too hard," or do you just fucking figure it out and then go along your way or ask for help? Like, it's just what it
listen.
is.
The Souls game has a stone that you could call for help. There are literally people who will join your game, or you go in a forum on Reddit and ask for help, and the guy would be like, "Where? When? I'll be right there." The guy will literally join your game, bow to you, and fucking go fuck everything up for you and point. I've been in Souls games where like a guy joins my game, I'm walking one day, he'll stop and like go all crazy to go, "Oh, hey, look at me. Look at over here. There's something over here. Hey, look, hit this wall." Mind you, there's people that troll in Souls too because they write messages on walls and be like, "Hidden door." It's not a hidden door. You spend 20 minutes hitting on the wall. There's trolling. But at the end of like this, I'm going off tangent here, but like
No, go ahead.
what you're saying is like is very true. Like life is not easy. You can't you can't block everybody you meet in life. And when you get into a real life argument, you can't go, "I'm gonna mute you right now."
Imagine you're like in a confrontation, was like, hold up, gotta mute you. Like a guy just puts on his headphones out of nowhere. You
That's
muted.
yeah. And then you do
Like,
yeah. And some people are very arrogant, like you're gonna put your headphones on and ignore me. I'm gonna punch you in your face.
yeah.
That's how some people are. You're gonna be exposed to stuff. Like people who sit there and constantly complain about people saying harsh words to them. Like, how do you function in normal day life? Because the world is not easy. I'm not saying in every video game you have to take that. Some
Mhm.
like I said, some people go overboard. But if you're playing in a rank lobby, be prepared to
Yeah,
hear the
it's
worst
just
shit. It's
yeah,
just
it's just
rank.
gonna happen. It's
It's just rank.
competitive.
It's
Yeah.
competitive. You do not come in I hate people who go into competitive mode and go, "It's just for fun." You want to have fun, go play normals. Go
Yeah,
play a normal game.
exactly. You go
Go
to
play
quick
unranked.
play.
Go to kick. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you're not a pro team. I don't fucking care about a pro team. I want to be. I want to be able to beat on my chest and be like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I'm the highest. I'm the highest rank." Because at the end of the day, when you take your happy ass to Twitch, and you put in master challenger level grinding, people gonna be like, "Oh, I want to see. I want to learn."
Mhm.
People watch you and want to learn. If I go into Bloodborne right now, saying I'm level 200 and whatever, speed run, and people watch me one shot shit, they're gonna be like, "Yo, how did you get there? What did you do?" I'm gonna tell you, I put time and effort into it. I'm gonna teach you
Yeah.
tricks. That's what happens. No one's going to look at somebody who's bronze, who's been hard stuck bronze for 12 seasons. They're not watching you. You know why? Because you're garbage just like them.
Yeah.
We're
And
not learning. We're both garbage. We both suck. I want to watch Tyler One. Tyler One has got a challenger in all his accounts and each fucking role.
Oh,
top
shit.
lane, bottom lane, mid lane, and jungle. And all his accounts is challenger, master level. People watch him because one, he's entertaining and fucking the old school toxic that we like.
Yeah,
Some
he
people like.
is. Yeah,
But the
yeah,
same
he
his
is.
skill. Shroud. Look at Shroud. Shroud has the most monotone voice. Shroud is not
Yeah, but
entertaining to listen
at
to.
all. But bro, his
His
skills
skills.
is just
Who? Why you watching
unmatched.
him? Because he's
Yeah.
fucking skillful. Not
Yeah,
the
dude.
disrespect.
That's
Skill and
crazy that you're
entertainment.
so skillful that you don't talk and people watch you. And that's how I am. Like when I see difficult things like that, it's not up to a point. It's with certain games where it's just like, yo, this makes me want to play it. It's just like in life when you see someone doing some like complicated shit or like they work out, they lose weight. It's like, all right, it makes me want to do it. But sometimes I just see things for fun because of how complicated it is. Like I watch people do the hardest difficulty in Doom and like in Doom Eternal, and you see the way that people play and how fast they are, and when they switch their weapons, bro, that shit is amazing to me. Like I watch run throughs for fun on sometimes like in the background, like when I'm working or something. And a lot of them would honestly be Dark Souls. It would be like Dark Souls, or I did it with Sekiro, and it's just like no hit challenge. I'm like, what? Or like playing Resident Evil 2 and 3, like the remakes on like nightmare mode, like no hit. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, no HUD. What? Only with a knife. What? I'm just like, and like it just gets crazier and crazier. So I watch these and it's just like it blows my mind. Like I admire that. I admire the fact that you're telling me you played this whole thing, memorized where this was, and you've only been killing people with a knife. You killing freaking Nemesis with just a knife out here? Like, I don't know,
Bro,
man. Like it's crazy. And I admire that. Like it's cool. I watch that shit for fun.
it's it's a thing that we're attracted to. People are attracted to the hard stuff because it's like, how are they doing? It's amazement.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, and that inspires you to like, yo, I could think I could do that. Let me try that. Did you? I never thought I was going to 100% games like Bloodborne and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I 100% of both those games. I didn't want to. I
That's
said when I
crazy.
first played Sekiro, I'm like, I'm gonna beat it once and I'm never gonna pick up this game again. I beat the game. I was like, I'm never gonna pick up this game again. I watched a YouTube video, hidden ending. I have to pick up this game. Dude, I 100%.
He was like, hold up. Hidden ending? Oh, hold up. No, damn.
Bro, I beat the game 5 times.
Damn.
I didn't need to beat
Wait,
it
there
5
was there
times.
5 different endings?
It's 3 different endings.
So what was that 2 extra times?
I don't know. I fucked up on something.
You just really like the game. All right.
I fucked up. I know I fucked up on getting something.
Oh,
There's
okay.
there's a Shorai ending, there's a dragon's ending, and there's a true dragon ending. I beat it.
Okay.
100% of it.
Yeah.
100% of the game. Why? Because I'm a psychopath.
Oh, you just like the challenge.
Dude,
So,
but
yeah.
the thing is, you can't tell me you don't watch like Shroud, Doc, Tim the Tapman, Ninja, do all this crazy shit, and you don't go, yo, I'm hyped. I'm gonna play the game now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
play.
it's inspiring in a way. I know, and I get, like I said, I get when people play things and they want to relax and chill, but it's like you say, it's like there's games for that. If you want to relax and chill, like but at least to me, if I want to relax and chill and get like a good story, it's just there's games specifically to me that go into that, like God of War. To me, purely like the story is just superb. I love it. I don't even use that word, but I'm using it because of how much I like the game. Superb. Yeah, when the hell are you gonna hear me say that again? But it's just like it's great. Like there's certain games for that. And like you say, everyone's different when it comes to it. Like if you want to sit and chill, there are games for that. But like I remember when I was on the opposite side though with you, when I was just like, I don't see the harm in putting in easy mode in Dark Souls. And I was just like, I don't see that affecting the other gamers. Like it doesn't mess up your community and whatnot. But then when I learned, when I listen to you more, and I listen to the Act Man, and I listen to other people make videos about it, it's just so much of trying to ask the creators, because the creators, they were against that. And it's just trying to tell them to alter their art to fit other people.
Exactly.
And to get on their level. And to me, that's mad disrespectful. Imagine you see art and it's just like, yo, I don't like the way these trees are looking. and it's just like, this is like, I'm not digging the way that this looks. You gotta fix this so like I can enjoy this. and it's just odd. It's that sense of entitlement, which is definitely a lot more in this generation that you see, is that sense of entitlement, and having these high achievements is like nothing now, and they're getting achievements for nearly things that require no effort at all. So that's why you're seeing that entitlement. The fact that you're reviewing a game, and then just some of the takes that I see, it's just crazy. I understand that there's a lot of games out now though where it's just they're kind of breaking at launch, and you're seeing people kind of just mess up from
You
the
know why those
beginning.
games are
But
breaking
yeah,
that fucking launch? Is because people complain about me. There should be no crunch. Blah blah blah. Like all this stuff. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but in the working world, you gotta fucking put in some long hours to get shit done, right?
yeah.
There's deadlines and everything to
I know
meet.
people don't want that in games, but the thing is, it's in some games. It's not in all games. Like
You
it
gotta,
just, yeah.
dude. Destiny, any game that's like a fucking like a what do they call role playing game or RPG, there's
Mhm.
time and work. You're not gonna fucking play Destiny and be like, oh, I just beat the game for the story. Nah, because after that, what does it do? This end game shit. You get
Yeah,
bored. I'm not like I said, I'm not putting fucking $60 to $70 into a fucking game to run through it in 4 hours. And that's what a lot of these fucking journalists and streamers want to do. You want to play the fucking flavor of the week for 4 hours, beat it in one sitting or 2 days, and be done with it. Like,
that's
no, it don't
nuts.
work that way. It don't like it's crazy that you guys have money to spend, or you guys is getting a lot of free shit. If you're getting the free games, don't open your mouth about it.
Yeah,
Enjoy it. You got it for
that's
free.
that's kind of like you can critique it. Obviously, you're a
Critique
reviewer,
it. Yeah.
but like demand certain things like, hey, like you shouldn't put this in here. And it's just like I wouldn't even sit well with me as a developer. But I mean, you are right when I guess I think it's because of kind of like the modern audience why you even see kind of games even kind of crashing now or kind of being dead on arrival. It's just I think like even the gaming industry is kind of just looking at people like they're dumb though. Like and
They
it's just
are.
like
And it's our
yeah,
fault because
it's
we
true. And
keep
it's
buying
just
this
like I
shit.
mean they're gonna get this regardless. Like, hey, let's release this half-assed game. People are still gonna play it.
And just put out
They
patches.
yeah.
Look at Halo.
And like
Look at Call of
yeah.
Duty.
I mean, look
Over
at
and over.
Battlefield. Look at Battlefield, bro. Like Battlefield, like that. I had high expectations for that. I was just like, bro, like that's what? Like this is having the problems it's having. And even like I would say out of all the games I've been playing, Halo is the one that's I've been having like no crashes with, even though I do not like the grind. I know the progression system is the way that it is because of because of it being free to play. I get that. But it's just with modern gaming now, it's weird how we have companies, someone just mentioned it right now, where it's like, oh yeah, we already have this DLC, kind of planned out that you're gonna get. And it's just like, wait, what? I was like, you're already planning all this DLC before the game even came out yet. And it's just it's weird because that wasn't the thing. Now you're just seeing a lot monetized and
Look
everything.
at perfect example. CD Project Red.
Yeah,
We,
with Cyberpunk.
okay,
I mean,
so
it's a hot take. I personally really like Cyberpunk because the
before we get to
story.
Cyberpunk, The
Yeah.
Witcher 3. The Witcher 3. Then the game came out. They had minor issues. You know what they said? We're gonna give you free DLC. They gave you mad free DLC. Mind
Mhm.
you, I'm gonna kind of gloat because I beat The Witcher 3 in the first playthrough in Death March. Not too hard. But the game they gave you mad free DLC. Then they gave you expansions, two expansions that were actual expansion of the game. It was like another 40 hours to another. There was another like
Damn.
40 hours. Wait, I'm sorry. The first DLC was like extra 10 hours to
That's
already
still
like
good.
40-hour game. Then the next DLC was a whole other game, pretty much. It was a huge expansion. When they came out with Cyberpunk, they promised a lot. What I feel what happened is they got pressured because what happened was they said, "Here's all the games you got. Oh, guess what?
Mhm.
There's a new system. Okay, we're gonna make it for the new system. No, you gotta make it backwards compatible. Fuck.
Mhm.
So now how are we gonna do this now? How are we gonna make it good? All right, we gotta delay it. They delayed the game how many times? 3, 4 times?
I think it was like 3
Three
times.
times. The first time, death threats. The second time, death threats. The third time, death threats. Oh, they're crunching. There's crunch time and everything.
I mean, it was
So at
also
the end,
hyped for years. It was
and at
one
the
of
end,
the most
it was
like
hyped.
imagine to me, it was one of the most like I'm talking about hyped games of of kind of like all time. I remember seeing the trailer. I forgot how long ago it was. Like
It
even
was
just the
like
trailer with the girl.
2017 we saw the Halos,
Bro, it was mad
18.
long ago. But I'm
But
talking about like story wise, I loved it. Like story wise.
it
But
was so hyped up and it promised
yeah,
so many things. And it didn't it had bugs and crashes and people were upset. That is not the first game to ever do that. The Division, when the Division was first announced,
Oh shit! Yeah.
what did they
Division.
promise us? We were supposed to have drones. You're supposed to be able to, if you were playing Saul, I was able to tap into a drone on my phone and play with you. We were promised all that shit. We didn't get it. How many people bitch about the Division like that? Not many. Day one, there was mad bugs. There was people could trap you in a room.
Oh, I got one. Anthem.
Anthem. Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
Hyped up crazy. All this crazy shit you could do.
Yep.
You could do this, you could do that. The mobile phone, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Game came out. Dog shit. But people let it slide.
And you're just seeing that happen more and more too. And like even recently, what's another one? The game that you got me to get, Avengers. That was crashing like
Don't blame
crazy.
that shit on me.
Oh hell yeah, I'm blaming it on you. I'm definitely blaming it on you. Even though we got Spider-Man coming out for it, that shit is not safe. And oh man, like that was such a disappointment.
At the end of the day,
it's weird.
It's our fault. It's us, the consumer fault. Because you know why?
Yeah.
We're accepting it. They're giving us shit and we're accepting it. Because you know why? We care about people and how much time they put into their work. And when these people see that, they go, I have a whole bunch of people that don't fucking know me caring about how much hours I spend. So I'm gonna constantly complain and bitch so I could get less. So I have to spend less time at the office. I get all this freedom to do and be with my family and stuff and not put in much work. Then when the game fucks up, it's like, well, I already got paid. I got my money. I got my check. My check is cut. The big guy, that's all on him. Then these developers don't get other jobs anymore because like, yo, you fucked up on this. This was your division. You're part of bugs. Why did you not catch this bug?
True.
Call of Duty is going to keep putting out the same game over and over and over and over and over.
And not taking any breaks. Yeah.
And guess what? We're going to keep buying it and liking it. Halo multiplayer, free, right? They're still going to get the money because you know why? Battle Pass, skins. There's skins for 100 Thieves. There's a 100 Thieves skin. There's a Cloud9 skin. There's esport player skins. Guess what?
Yeah.
Who's buying it? Not the person who plays for the esport. Not the fucking big streamers. Big streamers don't pay. Big streamers, people didn't understand. Big streamers and YouTubers, they don't pay for the shit.
Yeah. Like I see Tim the Tap Man getting like every time, like when it comes to like weapon packs and like Call of Duty and everything, I was like, yeah, he's definitely not. He's definitely not paying for it.
Maybe once in a while, but they get stipends. The doc showed it. He gets free shit too. All these players get free shit. And they wear it. And what do? We watch it. We see, we gotta get it. Because I want to represent 100 Thieves all day. Fuck 100 Thieves. Fuck all these Cloud9. Fuck all those guys. Because at the end of the day, we paying for something just for a skin, and the game is dog shit. The game is the same thing. And why? Because it's gonna keep being done because you know what? Keep paying for it. Fortnite can put out so much story, so many updates, so many skins and stuff. And guess what? Those little kids are still gonna go, Mommy, I need the next skin. I need the Travis Scott skin. I need the John Wick skin. I need the Spider-Man skin. I need the Batman skin.
That's crazy.
Skins. Like, it's ridiculous. The consumer is to blame. When we can sit there and say, enough is enough, we paying $60, give me $60 worth, then maybe somebody's gonna listen. On top of that, they're shortening games now too. Remember, you pay $60 for a game, you got at least 40 plus
hours. Yeah, that's why I was happy about the Glass God of War. When they were like 40 plus hours, I was like, thank God, because the other ones, honestly, I would beat in like 5 hours.
Now they're saying 20 hours is too much gameplay. It's too much for me. 20 hours is too much.
Especially you got people working from home. Like yeah, that's a lot. It's just like, no, that don't make no damn sense.
We're gonna get to the point where video games are gonna be an hour long and that's it.
And then the prices go up for them too.
No,
you're gonna be paying $70 for a 4-hour game.
PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scorpion Edition games, whatever the fuck is called. Yeah. It's $70 for a fucking game. It's $70. That's and crazy. I'm only getting fucking 20 hours. 20. That's for side quests. Are you fucking kidding me? Final Fantasy Remake. I played how much for that fucking game, and I only got half the story.
I know, right? Wait, it's split up into two parts.
They saying
right?
3
parts. Oh hell! I mean, How many
When am I
discs
gonna get my
were
second
there?
part?
It was like 3 or
There's
4.
3 discs. There's
There was
three
3
discs.
discs. Yeah.
And guess what they said? Guess what? The remake, it's a reimagination. There's a different story now. So it's all wibbly wobbly. They gave the expansion with bro.
Wibbity
They
wop.
gave the Yuffie. They gave the Yuffie expansion. Guess how much that shit cost? That shit was fucking another $40. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, on top of the 60? Oh, how much was it
Yes.
up at? Oh, damn. Oh, hell no.
I'm
No.
done. I'm sick of this
So
shit.
all right, so we can kind of like round this up with saying like it's just kind of how like these companies look at the modern gamer now. And it's
Yes.
just like all right, they it's less time to do this stuff, they keep releasing less content and kind of like monetizing certain play to win things on some stuff like in Battlefront? I think it was in Battlefront where it was just like a lot of like play to win. But we can kind of just like round it up with saying it's just kind of how modern gaming is now, or just the audience is why these game companies still continue to do this type of thing. It's because of how people
It's because these
are now.
motherfuckers
Yeah.
who get the game for free and bitch and complain, and then all these other little drones follow along and say, "Oh yeah," but they never
Yeah.
touch the game. Like, don't listen to the people who aren't your fan base. And I say this again, and I always say this: when you don't listen to your fan base, movies, video games suck. Perfect example: Sonic. When Sonic movie first came out, they did Sonic look like a atrocity.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
thinking of
It
nightmares.
sounded looks scary, bro.
When they listened to the fans and said, "This is not my Sonic," they listened to the fans. They said, "We're gonna delay the movie, redo it. We're gonna redo Sonic." Guess what? The movie worked.
Mhm.
Why would Miyazaki or FromSoft, a Japanese company, listen to anything Americans have to say when half our comics and all of our media is just stupid as shit right
It's
now?
just trash. It's trash.
Miyazaki doesn't care about that. He's like, "This is
Yeah.
my game. This is for the fans. If you want to join it, join it. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you."
And I love that. I miss that kind of being from developers in the first place. Like me, you know how I kind of feel like that with. I know a lot of people probably, I don't know if they share the same like sentiment, but I like Saints Row as a game. Like I've always enjoyed it. But then you look at the new one, like, and they
You
said
said
that
it's
they were
hipsters
trying to go.
selling drugs, right?
Yeah, well, it's just like they said they were gonna go more to the roots. It's just it still looks like a Fortnite game. It honestly looks like a Fortnite game, and I thought that they were gonna go more to like the serious route again. But you can see that if you look at the way that they're engaging like their fan base, it's in horrible taste. They're like, hey, hey, they put hate is gonna hate, and I'm just like, do you not realize these are the people that are going to buy your game? And the last people that tried to pull some shit like that was in Battlefield 5. In Battlefield 5, when they were just like, hey, if you don't like our game, then don't play it. And it did the worst.
Bet.
Out of the
They was like,
series.
"All right, bet."
And everyone said, bet, all right, bye. And it did bad. And now this release, they messed it up even more. But it is what it is. But it's just like I see it with Saints Row. You see like the entitlement when it comes to like the game developers too. It's just like, well, hey, if you don't like this direction, it is what it is. But there was some valid criticism, like when I saw what the new Saints Row, because you're playing as a bunch of Gen Z kids that are trying to pay off their college loans, and now they're turning to crime life. And I'm just like,
And what message are you
Bro.
putting out there with that?
yeah. I'm just like,
fucking-
all right, we're trying to pay it off. And it's like this guy, this guy, he's a food blogger, doesn't wear a shirt a lot. This kid's a tech geek. This person does this. And it's just like, all right, there's this one like a barista. So it's just like, and like the way that they're taking a criticism though, it just feels like there's a bunch of children that are in there making it. Like they have the veteran people that are making this game, but then I know for a fact that they have like kids that are in there running like their Twitter and running their business. And it's just like, bro, this is not how you talk to your fan base. And this is a sure way on how your game is going to suck. I did hear that it got delayed though. So I'm not sure if they are taking kind of like some criticism and like, all right, guys.
I don't think they want to compete with certain games. What happens is like,
yeah, there's also that too. Yeah.
but the thing is with that, like, don't get me wrong. Does GTA and all these other games convey like a good sentiment? No. But at the end of the day, the main characters are fucking really crooks.
Yeah.
They're really crooks.
They
Look
tried
at
to say
GTA
in the
3.
interview, they was like, oh, we were trying to make the crew relatable. It's like, bro, they're criminals out there killing people. Like, I'm not relating to this character at all.
No.
That's why you play games. You don't play games to relate to, like, you can find like certain things to relate to a character. But if I'm playing GTA, I'm not gonna be like, yo, me and CJ, we got a lot in common. It's just like,
I'm black,
no.
he's black. I've been to jail, he been to jail. I was in the gang, he's in the gang.
I just find that a dumb, like, just a dumb thing to say. It's just like, well, you know, we try to make them more relatable, making them Gen Z and this, and it's just like, no, that's not why. That's not at least why I play games. It's like that's why you give people avatars. That's why you make them different. They don't. I don't want to make like a complete version of myself in a game as like a criminal. I'm just like, bro, like when we first played like GTA, you have to admit there was some pretty horrible things you can do in there, but it's just they never made it from the fact that like, hey, you know, I play this game to relate to the characters. Like, all right, so you want to go out and start shooting people? It's just like, no, it's a
Listen,
video game. Like,
we're at the point where video games are being changed. Video game, a type of art, is being changed because people is too sensitive. As in, you know, they're gonna start removing Nazi propaganda from certain World War II games now, and in GTA, Vice City remake, they kind of changed one of the characters. There's a character who was like he was like a redneck. And he had a Confederate flag on his chest and his shirt. Like
and they
you play the
removed the
game,
Confederate flag.
they removed the Confederate flag. So like, but he was like a bumbling idiot who sold
Yeah.
you weapons, and he was a complete idiot. So what should you convey for that? All people who are Confederate flag wearers and the rednecks are dummies. Is it true? No. But when you saw it, it was like, okay, most people who wear the Confederate flag are dumb and shit. He was a bumbling idiot. Nazis are a joke. When you look at most games, when they have the Nazi in it, they have that stupid accent, and it's that, and they're over the top, just to make fun of them. Now you're taking it out. So we're sympathizing with racists now. Is that what you're telling me?
It's just weird.
Like,
It's just odd.
it's video games are being constantly changed by those who don't play. People
Yeah.
who just play for
Well, they're
like I
being.
said,
I would say they're being more influenced by those who don't play. Like we're like I see more. Don't even get me started when you have people like Anita Sarkeesian and people I was talking about like feminism
make-
in games and whatnot. It's people that don't even know these games to the fullest extent to really critique them. But I agree with you on that extent. It's just people who really don't play them critiquing it.
yeah, but she's gone now. She can't come back and do that stuff anymore because like there's a different political movement, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Anita Sarkeesian, they come along and say games this, games that, and game this and the game that. Okay,
Yeah.
well now you got somebody talking about this big boob female characters is like softcore porn. We've been had big boob female characters. All you do is talk about the female characters. What about the male characters? Look at every male character in video games.
Yeah.
The chisel, the diesel. And when you make your own character, I don't make a character look like me. Like I don't have a 12 pack, but best believe my character will have a fucking 12 pack.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Because
why?
I can't relate to it.
Exactly.
That's like the point. It's a game. You have an avatar. It's just like you play it to be in a world that is not your own. And I think slowly right now, kind of just to wrap things up, because I wanted to be like around like an hour or two, is that
Yeah.
at least like with me, like I play games, I just want there to be some type of escapism. That's what,
Exactly.
and like, and the thing is, like, especially now we're at least with me seeing more social issues kind of being played more into games. Like, you know, I wanted to play Miles Morales without seeing the BLM mural in there, or you know, I wanted to play The Last of Us 2 without injecting some certain like social issues. And I'm just noticing that more with games. And you know, you're just seeing these same type of people who complain about it actually working within the industry and on these games. And it just gets scary because I feel like some of my favorite franchises, just like comic books, just like, you know, movies, are just gonna get like you know, just destroyed even in the video game world. But yeah, man. Once again, I want to say, like, you know, thanks a lot for coming up in here. We still got a game on
No
Halo
problem,
and
no
stream that a
problem.
bit. We
We
got to
do, we
do
do.
that so people can see how hard that
I'm
we
mo-
rage.
I'm multiple toxic. Dude, no, I've streamed Halo, and if you catch my streams on Twitch, you've seen how bad I rage. I fucking curse. I call people smooth brain. I say the R word. I say the boy oh boy. I don't
Yeah.
drop. I don't drop the F word though.
Yeah.
Like that word the guy says a gamer slang. I'm like, you fucked it all up, bro. You just fuck everything else. You and your own with that, brother.
And I also like just even like, it's weird because I got to rant on this now. It's just I find
Yeah.
it weird when like when you see like social issues with video games because when you think of a gamer, it's just like it's an umbrella of like it's everyone. I don't think of black gamer, women gamer, and this you're a gamer, you're a gamer. So it's just it's weird when I'm seeing like social issues or certain game companies going like a certain way where they have to do check boxes for they have to make sure that there's check boxes for certain games, and it just sticks out like a sore thumb. Even if they are small changes, they're recognizable to the point where people will get on them, and
Exactly.
and on Twitter and whatnot. It's just like like I said, I love God of War, even though I think that little black girl is going to be part of like them going into Egypt. But you have to admit, when you're talking about Norse mythology, I know there's black people that they say like, oh, nice in like in that mythology, but it's just like barely. And that's like saying it's like, oh, there was mad white people like in like ancient Egypt. It's just like, yeah, but they were probably like very sprinkled in there. So it's just you can tell like when it sticks out. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was just like a mini rant on that thing too. When it comes to like social issues, it's just like we're all gamers. There shouldn't be any type of division or whatnot. It's just or even trying to virtue signal either. It's like we're all going to play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to like go ahead? Well, I got all your links and whatnot. If there's anything you want to say before we like
No,
kind of
no,
head
no.
off now.
If you wanna follow me, go ahead, follow me on Twitch. I do stream there. I also have my own YouTube channel where I talk about my views and rants on certain political issues. And yeah, but on Twitch is where you can see me at my most toxic of levels of gaming.
I'm putting your Twitch link in there too, so I got you.
Yeah. I
All
appreciate
right.
it. It was good. This is good. We gotta do this again. I definitely want to do it for when Spider-Man.
Yeah, when Spider-Man comes out, I'm just letting people know that right now. I'm probably gonna have Cedric on too, especially if if you're watching this when Spider-Man comes out. We're definitely gonna have like a roundtable and talk about that for sure. And I can't wait. Was that like December 17th? We'll probably try and do it like whenever, obviously around like after that
We all
happens.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So be prepared if you see that stream. I'm definitely gonna put like spoiler in there. So like
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta put that in there. But no, thanks everyone that came by the stream. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to keep on doing this and just have more guests on to kind of just talk about certain issues and just dive deep into it. But yeah,
Yeah.
once again, thanks a lot and y'all take care.
All right, take it easy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.